¿Qué pasa, YouTube? aka what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the finals of VDL Season 7, the Ubers season. Your Carolina Haxorus have made it this far. Once again, we are back in a finals match, and this time around we are taking on someone we faced earlier in this season in TheArchdon and his terrifying towering titans. His channel link will be down below for you guys to go ahead and check out. So if you are excited for this, make sure to leave a like and answer the comment question of the day, which will be at the team preview of the battle itself. If you want to skip right to that, you can go ahead and do so. So I'm going to give a huge shout out to every single front office homie and person who helped me mock for this finals match. Their names will be on your screen right now. So thank y'all so much for helping me make it to the finals here. We are one match away, 6 KOs away from finally winning that Gen 9 championship, man. We've been gunning for this since like last year. So hopefully this will be the one game that decides it all and gives us that final win. So we did face TheArchdon in week 5 of the VDL. He has the exact same team, we have the exact same team, which means there's going to be a bunch of mind games in building potentially. So obviously Fluttermane plus Roaring Moon are absolutely terrifying. Whether their booster energy setup or choice potentially could determine how big of an issue they really are. Blastoise, I 100% expect to come to this matchup in a defensive variant for our Ho-Oh, because otherwise Ho-Oh absolutely murders TheArchdon's draft. Kyurem White, I do expect to come to this matchup just because it is another very terrifying Uber. Plus, we are very ice weak, so that could be a scary mon in its own right. Mew, Tera-wise, I'm not sure what he's going to want to bring this time around, so we'll have to figure out what kind of set that is running. Ursaring, Clodsire, and Corviknight are very fat defensive mons. Depending on the set that they are running will determine how exactly we can deal with them. Iron Hands is kind of up in the air. I did see it in some mocks, so I'm not sure exactly what he would want to run with it. Iron Hands is notorious for being a Pokemon that can easily go 1-for-1 in any matchup, or if it's set up, it could be a little bit scary, so we'll have to deal with that accordingly. And Volbeat, while I do disregard very low value point mons, Volbeat might have some use here. Like, Prankster is very annoying, but I really don't think Volbeat would come to this game. So, if anything, I expect the Fluttermane, Roaring Moon, Blastoise, Kyurem, and Mew. So those 5 mons, I would bet money most likely will come to this match. His final mon could be the Corviknight, it could be the Clodsire, maybe the Ursaring once again, or even the Iron Hands. Most likely not the Volbeat though. So our first team member here, of course, is going to be our team captain, our Tera captain, the Don, the big mon himself. I have loved using Dragonite this season, and we are running it once again. A very spadef set. I believe game 1 we had Tera Fire spadef bulky, but this time around we are running Tera Fairy because there's not really anything outside of Clodsire that will hit us for super effective damage. I guess he has Corviknight, but Iron Head and Heavy Slam don't do anything to us, so I'm really not too concerned about that. And I don't expect both of them to come. I expect either Clod or Corviknight, but not both. So we have Ice Spinner here as a middle ground. I was really debating on whether or not I wanted to have a fire move over Ice Spinner, or maybe even go Dragon Dance and just be mono Tera Blast Fairy. But from our round 1 playoff match where I went mono electric, not expecting Blood Moon to come, and it came, I was like, I don't want to fall for that again. So we have Ice Spinner here. is just a middle ground to hit them neutral or super effectively accordingly. Yeah, it does 0 to Corviknight, but we can then Encore him potentially into Roost. Encore is amazing here because it does stop any of his potential setup, and then with us just being so def bulky, we can eat most of his especially offensive threats hits. Next up we have, of course, a Mommy Pulp. Much like week 5 from our first matchup, we are Choice Scarfed once again. This just really disregards any type of speed boosting setup that he wants to bring, unless I allow for speed booster Roaring Moon to Dragon Dance and Scale Shot. So that would probably be like worst case scenario, but depending on the position that we are in the actual match, we can deal with that. Outside of that though, this is able to outspeed literally the entirety of his team. Dragapult is just insane in draft format. It has been amazing this season, and even though it's not hitting ridiculously hard, it is a very solid revenge killer with our U-turn for momentum. Dragon Darts and Draco Meteor for Dragon Stab, and Shadow Ball to pick off more than likely the Flutter Mane. Next off, we have a very physically defensive Ho-Oh. I was initially running a bit of a faster Ho-Oh, but I was really scared of him running some type of rock move on potentially the Mew, or even something like an end game Ancient Power or like Stone Edge, Kyurem White. So with this HP and defense investment from full, we're able to live any random rock move, and then of course our dual stab are able to do really good damage to him, and then sub is just nice if we're able to get behind it and then recover for HP 6. Next off we have good old standard Tinglu, but this time around, honestly, I think this is the one time I've not ran Citrus Berry on Tinglu, but that's just because he has so many scary physically offensive threats that we're able to chip them down. I do kind of expect him to want to bring like Nasty Plot, Terra Fairy, Draining Kiss Mew. In our first match, Dragon Dance Play Rough Mew with Terra Fairy was a problem. So if he wants to go down that route, we deal with that, but if he does kind of want to switch it up and bring Nasty Plot, Terra Fairy, Draining Kiss, then Draining Kiss makes contact with us and it still does that Rocky Helmet chip damage to the Mew. So outside of that, Stealth Rocks are really nice here. I would have liked to fit Spikes on this, but he could have Spin on Blastoise, which I fully expect Blastoise to come, or he could have Defog on the Corviknight if it does come. So I figured at least Rocks would be better than nothing, and then Earthquake and Ruination just for stab. Next off, we have a Choice Scarf Trick Jirachi. This more than likely might be our lead, just because it pairs up really well against everything he wants to lead with outside of something like Choice Scarf Roaring Moon. But if he does bring the Roaring Moon, I don't think it'll be Choice Scarf. I think it'll be like Booster Setup, which is a lot scarier than Choice Scarf in my opinion, or maybe even something like Choice Band. So this should be a pretty good lead if we are able to trick and cripple something like the Corviknight, the Clodsire, Blastoise, Mew, Ursaring, or even the Iron Hands. That's really amazing, because then from there we can Encore to stop his setup, we can Iron Head, potentially flinch things down, or just U-turn for momentum. And then our final team member is going to be our Chiquita, aka Meowscarada, running Adamant Life Orb. Initially I was Muscle Band, I believe. I didn't like Choice Band in this matchup, and I figured, you know what, Life Orb does enough damage with Adamant Nature. The main reason why I'm Adamant Nature is because not only do we outspeed the Mew, but first of all, we don't outspeed his Flutter Mane regardless, and we don't outspeed the Roaring Moon if it is something like booster speed, which if it is speed boosting Roaring Moon, then we don't have to worry about it getting the attack boost and doing extra damage to us, which we do have answers to a non-booster attack boosting Roaring Moon. So I figured that Meowscarada can just go out of its way to just be more of a breaker in this game, because with Knockoff, Flower Trick, and Low Kick, we absolutely murder everything that the Archdon could want to bring for us in a defensive aspect. And Taunt is amazing for Roost Corviknight, Slack Off Clodsire, potentially a Rest Ursaring, or even a setup Mew in the end game, or even set up Iron Hands in the end game. So yeah, that is our squad. With that being said, let's jump into the finals of VDL Season 8. ¿Qué pasa YouTube? Okay, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the finals of VDL Season 7, the Uber season. We are here. We are taking on TheArchdon, a rematch from our regular season. And yeah, thank you guys so much if y'all made it this far in through our season. Thank you for supporting me throughout our run here. And we are one win away from getting that Gen 9 championship. So check out our opponent. I'm super nervous. We're going to go ahead and jump into this. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, shout out to the front office homies. Thank y'all so much for helping me make it here. So he brought Corb and Clodsire. Oh man, was not expecting that. Okay. Corb, Clod, and the stories. Okay. So no Roaring Moon and Iron Hands. I saw those in mocks. Those were a little annoying. He's Tera Dark on Mew, by the way. So I was not expecting that. But regardless, our lead is always going to be Jirachi. So he's got double removal potentially, or Blastoise could be Shell Smash. So I need to be very careful with that. And we're going to go ahead, lock in, leave a like, leave a comment, guys. We are getting this started. Let's go. All right. Let's see what he wants to lead with. As he leads with the Mew again. He led Mew in our original game. This is fine. I think I can just go for the U-turn. I could go for Trick right away too, but I kind of want to trick something else. So we should outspeed this unless he is max speed, Jolly, or Timid and Scarfed as well. If he's weakness policy, that could be a little bit scary actually. I don't know if he would be physical or special or not. So he's going to stay in, he's going to Tera. We'll find out if he is max speed Scarfed as well though. So he Teras into his Tera Dark. That's fine. We can go ahead and hopefully U-turn into Tinglu. Let's see. So we are faster. We do nothing, by the way. That did what, like 20%, 30%? We can just bring in Tinglu. Let's see what he wants to go for here. Maybe the Earthquake, maybe the knockoff Dragon Dance, potentially. I was more scared of like a Terra Fairy Draining Kiss set, so he's going to knock off our Rocky Helmet. That's fine. That's fine with me. Wait, what? No. I was supposed to have Rocky Helmet. Oh, are you serious, dude? What? I was supposed to have Rocky Helmet on this, not... Ah, that sucks. Alright, we're already off to a bad start. Awesome. What? How did I get that messed up? We have Taunt? Why do we have Taunt? This is bad. Okay, this is bad. And we're running a lot of speed on this. What? This is not good. This is not good. I'm gonna Earthquake. I don't know. Shoot. This is the completely wrong Tinglu. What the hell? Oh my lord, that's the wrong set. It's a completely wrong set. We should have attack investment, not HP investment. This is bad. He goes for the taunt. Good play on his end. He's at 51% now at least. Shoot, man. I could Ruination right here. He's got knockoff and taunt. I was so nervous about this, man. And He could U-turn, he could hard switch. I'm still just gonna Earthquake, I think, because I mean that's the only thing I can do. He's gonna Toxic, that's fine. Actually, this is not the worst thing ever because getting rid of this Mew is really handy, actually. What really sucks though is that he would be in range of another Earthquake here. And we don't knock him out. This sucks. I think he is max HP though. So he's at what, 26? He could just be like max defense, max HP. I'm gonna Earthquake again. He's sitting at like 27%. He has Toxic. Okay, so defensive Mew is actually not the worst thing ever. I was more concerned about an offensive one. This being gone would be really helpful though. Okay, so what a way to start off finals. Wow. He's gonna switch, that's fine. He's at 26%. In comes Corv. We shook off our taunt. I really think he's just gonna go for the U-turn here. So I'm gonna go into Jirachi. Mew sitting at 26%, that's really handy. He's very defensive. We know he's very defensive. If I had that attack investment, man, I could have knocked him out along with the Rocky Helmet damage, so that really sucks. He goes for Reflect. Oh, shoot. Okay. I think I just trick here. Yeah, because I can cripple this. He can go for hazards. He could go into Claude. He can go on the Blastoise. I'm going to trick him. So he has Reflect Up. We got to keep that in mind. The good thing about this is that we actually have Infiltrator on our Dragonite. So we don't care. I'm not Dragonite, sorry. On our Dragapult. So we don't care about the screens right now. He's gonna switch. Sapphire. What is that? Blastoise. Okay, this is fine. Citrus Berry. Okay. I don't think this is entirely too bad. I could go for Iron Head. He could just Flip Turn in all honesty. We got to keep in mind, he's got Reflect Up, right? Yeah. So, I mean, Iron Head would do like 5%, but still, it's very handy. I could trick back the Scarf. That's also not the worst thing ever. And then as he Flip Turns out, we just go from there. I think I'm going to Iron Head at least once. As he goes for the Wave Crash. That does a good chunk, not going to lie. And he is faster than us, so he's running a lot of speed on this. Is he? Is he running a lot of speed on this? He is. So I'm guessing he was choiced in some sort of way. Not choice, sorry. I'm guessing he was offensive somehow. We should be able to go into Meowscarada here. Or even Dragapult, honestly. Oh, okay. I ran out of time. I ran out of time there. So we turn out, that's fine. We know he's super fast right now. He did 162 to us. So he could either be Adamant or Jolly, honestly. Either way, Masquerada is not the worst here. I can just go for knockoff and go from there. He's not in torrent range. And I should be able to knock him out here with the knockoff, or we catch whatever comes in. Flower Trick is actually not the worst either, honestly. Yeah, I can knock off here, actually. He's at 45. Alright, so Mew's low. Blastoise is not really low. That's great. Things are not looking too bad. Our Jirachi's really low, which sucks. Kyurem is annoying. He's going to switch. He's at 45%, so whatever comes in is taking the knockoff here. Probably the Corviknight, I would assume. No, Kyurem, okay. This should do about 30% still, actually. Oh, that did a lot. That did really good damage, actually. He's Roselli Berry, okay. He's at 65. Unfortunately, we don't knock him out here. I could go into my Ho-Oh. I'm just worried that he could be something like Ancient Power, which I know sounds weird. I think I gotta sack Rachi here. Unfortunately, we might drop to whatever he goes for. So we're gonna switch here. He knows that we're Life Orb now. He's got 2 more turns of Reflect after this. Oh, he missed! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's huge. That's huge. That is huge. He's at 66. So I could Encore him here. Yeah, he does nothing to us. So I could Encore, I could Iron Head, I could also U-turn. I'm gonna Iron Head, actually. I'm gonna Iron Head. That did good damage. We don't get a flinch, but it's fine. He gets 3 hits. I could have gone for the Encore there, but I think weakening this is actually more beneficial. So this should be the last turn of Reflect, which is actually really handy. So he should knock us out here with any move he wants to go for. And I could just U-turn. He's faster than us, guaranteed. That flinch, if we had got that flinch, that would have been nice, but the miss is also very helpful. He's sitting at 30% now. He goes for the Fusion Flare. He also does not have a safe switch into Dragapult, though. So he is at +1. Reflect went down. I can just bring in Dragapult and go for Shadow Ball pretty easily. Yeah, I'm going to Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball I think is safe. He could bring back in Corviknight. That's not the worst thing ever, honestly. We need to get on the board here. His team's getting really worn down, which is great. Blastoise is low. Mew is at 51. Down goes Kyurem White. That's huge. That's really great because that's one giant offensive threat gone. Alright, we got one of his biggest offensive threats out of here. Flutter Mane is annoying. Corviknight could come in. The fact that Blastoise is Scarfed does kind of suck a little bit, but it's not the worst thing ever. So let's see. I mean, to be fair, Jirachi's main purpose was to trick something and then either try and pivot into Kyurem or just be a sack, honestly. So even though we brought the wrong Ting Lu, Mew should be low, but I mean, it's fine. So Shadow Ball obviously won't do anything to this. Shadow Ball would do like 12. And we know he's got knockoff. Which would just murder us. So I think I just go back into Tinglu. It sucks, man. Ah, this Mew should be gone. This Mew should honestly be gone right now. He does go for the knock. He did 36 to us. This has to have some type of attack investment for sure. So he either taunts or he goes into Corbinite. And I really want to double here. I don't think I lose anything in actually going for Earthquake because 25, 30, he's at 34 now. That's fine. $34. I'm gonna get on my rocks. Oh, you know what? No, darn it. I thought for some reason I outsped him. Like, we have speed, but I think the speed was to creep Iron Hands if he brought it. So he gets to reflect back up. We get up our rocks. So he either defogs or he goes for Light Screen here, right? Both of which are not necessarily the worst thing ever, actually. So I think I can afford to bring in Ho-Oh here. Or what I could do is go for Taunt on the defog. I kind of want to keep Tinglu around just a little bit because it's a good sack here. I'm going to go Ho-Oh. This is the correct Ho-Oh, by the way. I don't know how, man. I was not paying attention. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. He goes for U-turn. Okay. So we got up our rocks. That's fine. We might sack Tinglu here to Blastoise if it comes in. Yeah, because Ho does not want to take this at all. Like, we just dropped, especially if he's in Torrent range. But we got up our rocks. That's huge. That's really good because now we get chip off on me when it comes in. We get chip off on Flutter Mane, which is also really great. I was going to try and bring the offense to him, but he's bringing the offense to us. Wait, does he ever knock us out? Hold on. Wait, we live. We live anything he goes for here. Ah, shoot, but he's got Reflect up. Doesn't he? Knockoff, Taunt, and Toxic. I think I'm gonna risk the Brave. No. I'm gonna go Tinglu. This also just stalls out his turns of the Reflect. I need Ho-Oh. I can't risk Ho-Oh. Does he have the Rock move? Let's see. Thunder Wave maybe? Knock off. Oh, okay. That's fine. If I can just keep these rocks up, that's very beneficial. That's very beneficial regardless. Alright, so I think I taunt here or a whirlwind. I'm just gonna whirlwind. Being aggressive is not the worst thing ever. Ah, good play on his end. I could have gone for the earthquake there. He does have the reflect up. That might have been a little bit better actually. It's fine. So I think he clicks knockoff here for sure. I should have earthquaked. I should have earthquaked. He's getting slowly healthier and healthier, which is slightly annoying. But I don't think he's got a rock move then. So let's see. I could bring in Dragonite and just go straight for the Tera Blast. Meowscarada can go for Flower Trick here though. Through Reflect, we still knock him out. So I'm going to Flower Trick. He's hitting at 46. His Mew has gotten a little bit healthier than I would have liked. Honestly, I should have gone for the Earthquake. That was a misplay on my end. I need to focus a little more. But we are adamant on this Meowscarada. So if Corviknight comes in, it's taking rocks and the chip from Flower Trick. U-turn won't knock us out, but it'll do some good damage, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so we should knock him out here. This is max attack adamant. Let's go! Okay, good. Good. Okay, Mew low-key. Low-key Mew was actually a problem. Mew gone is great. Mew gone is great. I thought about knocking off there, but I was like, it's not worth it. Mew, I was playing around with Mew with Tinglu. I guess if I had gone for Earthquake and the turns had still played out the same, then I guess going for Whirlwind doesn't matter. Fluttermane could come in. If I can get Ho-Oh behind a sub, man, that would have been a great chance to just knock out Mew, honestly. He could just bring in Fluttermane here. Azurite? I think that's Fluttermane. No, it's Corv, okay. Would Brave Bird knock us out? I think so. Oh yeah, we just drop. I should not sack this off then. I'm gonna go into Ho-Oh. He could U-turn. That's not bad. He's still wasting his reflect turns, which I mean, I'll take. That's fine. 88, 88. Blastoise could come in here. And unfortunately, I think he is gonna be in Torrent range, right? So he could just Wave Crash twice. No, Cloud the Blob, okay. I'm gonna sub. Rock Slide breaks our sub, but I mean, we find out what rock move he's running, right? It is Rock Slide, okay. It's fine. His Reflect has worn off. So honestly, I could just go for the Sacred Fire here. Is he Cobra Cloak is my question. Because I mean, we take another Rock Slide. I'm gonna Sacred Fire. Depending on his spread, we might actually 2-hit KO him here. That did nothing, by the way. He hits the Rock Slide, it's fine. Oh, he got a crit there, that sucks. I'm gonna switch out here into Meowscarada. He could expect me to recover, so he's definitely physically defensive. It's not the worst thing ever. Ah, good play going for the rocks there. Okay. Good play on his end. I don't quite knock him out with anything, but I can go straight for knockoff. And we're doing a lot of damage, baby. Flower Trick might have a chance to knock him out depending on his spread, but I really think this is like Fizz Death. Because that Sacred Fire did nothing, by the way. So if we can get rid of this thing's potential Covert Cloak, we might be in a good spot. And I don't think he knocks us out with anything if he goes for the offensive move. Shuckaberry. Oh, we just didn't get the burn. Okay. This is not too bad. I'm going to knock off again. Flower Trick actually does a little more damage than what knockoff would do. So I think I'm going to go for that, and then I just taunt him. Yeah, I need to break through his fat, man. This thing is annoying. So that did good damage. As he recovers again. Okay, good play on his end there. This is fine, I think. Like, I still just want to weaken this, right? Yeah. So he goes for the Rock Slide. Another one won't knock us out, and this is where we show him that we have the taunt. So we can taunt him, stop him from recovering, and then we're in a good spot here to go for knockoff the next turn. Yep, and now we click knockoff, and we should do some good work here. All right, this is good. This is good. He's definitely max defense, man. That thing is just eating hits. I could have maybe taunted earlier, actually. That probably would have been the better play. Fluttermane in the back is still a little bit annoying. He's going to switch out. He was at 49%. In comes the Corv. Ooh, that did some good damage. I think I just knock off again, right? Yeah, I can knock him out here. I'm gonna knock off again. This should knock him out. Okay, down goes Corv. That's awesome. I wonder what the last move is on the Claude, though. In comes Blastoise. We know that this is Scarfed. Obviously, dull. Hoping we're faster? We're not faster as he knocks us out. So what this does allow, though, is me to bring in Ho-Oh. Alternatively, it's either Ho-Oh or Dragonite. I think I can Ho-Oh and just Sacred Fire. Yeah, I'm going to Sacred Fire here. There should be no way he knocks us out in any 2 hits here. Recover's also not bad. I want to Sacred Fire just because I don't want Claude to come in for free. He's going to switch. He can come to Claude. Can we get a burn? Please. Come on. It's 50-50, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We get the burn. That's actually kind of bad because now I think he drops to the burn, doesn't he? Oh, no. That might have actually been really bad. Well, actually, no. This is not the worst. Yeah, Claude's gone. Corviknight is gone. Dragonite right now just clicks Tera Blast Fairy for free. He's got this and Flutter Mane left. I think I just sacked this off. And Brave Bird. Yeah, I'm gonna Brave Bird. He goes for the Wave Crash. That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, did we win? We might have won. Did we win? I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. He goes down. Oh, what? Flutter Mane comes in now. I think I can bring in Dragonite. I can bring in Dragonite and I can Tera. We're boots. Oh, we might have won. We might have won. Did we win? Did we win? Did we win? We might have won. We might have won. Is he boots? We're boots Dragonite. We're the right Dragonite. He's not boots. He's at 88%. Okay. He could have some HP investment. He's booster speed. He's booster speed. Yes. Yes. I think we won. I think we win. I think we win. I can Tera Blast. This is a clean 2A KO. There should be no way he knocks us out in any 2 hits. Did we win? Did we win? Did we get that Gen 9 championship? Let's go, Dragonite. We're max Spadef, max HP. He goes for the Moonblast. This does nothing, by the way. We win. This is a clean 2A KO. Ladies and gentlemen, we win. VDL Season 7, the Uber season. Good game to the Archdon. I'm going to click Tera Blast one more time. And that is game. That is the championship for your Carolina Haxorus. Oh, man. That middle part of the game was like really shady. And then I had the wrong Ting Lu. I think I misplayed a couple times, but we win! We win! Let's go! Good game to the Archdon. That's our that's a championship. That's the championship. We are champions. We win. We won. Oh man. Let's go. Oh, I'm in such a good mood. Oh. I need to relax for a second. Hold on. Good game to Arch. Good game to Arch. Leave a like, leave a comment, guys. Check out our opponent. Thank you all for watching. Oh, man.